Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Professionals Pulse on this wonderful Sunday morning. I'm Farida Musaddi, the co founder and CEO of Alpha Technologies Dubai. And yes, as you all know, we have another venture started in Dubai, which is Cruisia Travel and Events. Well, in today's digital age, storytelling is at the heart of every successful brand. The art of brand storytelling in social media explores how businesses can craft compelling narratives that resonate with their audience, build trust, and drive engagement. From creating authentic connections to leveraging the latest trends in digital marketing, this episode delves into the strategies that make brands stand out in the crowded social media landscape. Join us as we uncover the secrets behind impactful storytelling and how it transforms brands into memorable experiences. And joining us today on the Professionals Pulse this lovely Sunday morning is Mr. Hussain Khandalawala. Mr. Hussain, welcome to the Professionals Pulse and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much and glad to be here.
Mr. Hussain is a physics graduate whose passion for social media evolved into a powerful tool for community engagement. In 2019, he founded Bohra Shoutouts with a vision to leverage digital platforms wisely for the benefit of the Dawoodi Bohra community. Over the past 5 years, he has deepened his expertise in advertising and marketing through multiple certifications, working with numerous brands within the community. His dedication has also led him to actively cover and promote major business exhibitions, amplifying their reach online. So, once again, thank you so much for joining us today here.
Thank you so much for a wonderful introduction, and I'm really glad to be here. Normally, I'm also on a host seat like you because I also conduct many lives. Today, I am on another seat. I'm on a hot seat, I will say. So it's a different experience, and let's hope we can give some great value to our audiences.
Absolutely. And we absolutely look forward to that. So, to start with, how can brands craft a very compelling narrative which remains relevant over the time as well, rather than chasing these short lived trends? So, and if you could share some examples of how this can be achieved.
Okay, so that's a good question. I will say that Ganu, many things are happening. Like there are so many trends that come and they go. But
Correct.
when you are looking for building a brand that is living longer, firstly, brand should understand the process of branding. So I will, in short, I will give some points where we can understand that how the branding process occurs. So, firstly, brands should very much clearly understand what are the basic principles, what is their identity, what is their personality. So, how can they find this? They should find out some of the answers of some of the questions like what does they do for the people? Like what
Okay.
actually they do for what they have
Correct.
started this brand. They should be very much clear. Then their core values, like there are so many other things like some work for sustainability, some work for empowerment. So they should understand what is the core principle they are looking for. This helps them understand the personality of their brand. Then what feeling they want to give to people, like they want to
Okay.
encourage people, they want people to feel homely, they want people to
Correct.
feel professional. So they should understand these things and what's so unique about their brand. So these four answers will help them understand the personality and identity of their brand.
Absolutely.
Then
Correct.
next next point is creating their brand visually, which includes like logo, color palette, typography, and brand aesthetics. And they should find this. They should work on this very well, understanding all their like there are so many colors. all the colors show some different emotions, different values. They should find what they want to portray to their people, design their brand identities, and they should follow them thoroughly in all their things they do, like printing works, social media posts. That shows people what is their brand identity. Then
Correct.
brand, then comes their brand voice. Like as I said, what feeling they want to give. Like they want to feel their clients friendly with them, or they want them to feel this is a professional brand. They should answer them, they should talk with them in that way, they should connect with them in that way, very much professional.
Correct.
And some are
Correct.
very much friendly. And then some are like motivational. So people look at their brand in that way. And these are the three things. And fourth and very much important point in branding, which people, I guess, don't give much importance, is after sales services.
True.
So that is very much important. I read somewhere recently that if you deliver a product or a service, that transaction is over. Okay, right?
True.
But that is just the start of your branding.
I get it.
After sales के बाद जो भी होगा, that will make people understand how brand really is. Like if you
Correct.
give the best product, but the client is facing some issue, and if you don't answer properly, all of your branding, like creating a wonderful logo, creating your aesthetics, creating your tone, all goes in vain, and people will do negative marketing about you.
True.
So
True.
what
That's so true.
matters mostly is after sales services. How you connect with them? Do you take a note of their birthdays and wish them? So there, these are the small things after sales which make a great impact on people's mind about your brand. So these things
Actually.
are in they will help. These things will help people understand their brand and portray it the way they want to their people, and keep creating impact. So it's not like one time I'm selling you something, you have purchased it, and the transaction is over. It has to go for a long way. Then only strong brand building happens. It's a long time process, basically.
Correct.
And then uh, we come to the question. So there are so many trends happening, and I see people just hopping on the trends, but they it's okay to create engagement, because social media platforms needs only one thing from us, which is engagement, and that's what
True.
we also look for. But brands should not compromise on their principles, their values, in just looking for hopping on the brands, hopping on these trends.
Trends.
So
Correct.
if they want to sustain for a long term branding, they should not just compromise on this, on their principles, on their personality, on their brand tone, to just go looking for engagement. So this
Correct.
is very much hazardous for their branding process.
Correct.
So this is
Correct.
what brands have
And
to
I
take care of.
think I have also heard that, especially product based industry, people connect also with your struggles. So every time people are not interested in just seeing uh, that your brand is doing this, they also want to know what went behind it, the behind the scenes, the difficulties, the challenges that you have. So everything should not be looking very fancy. You also need to show the real side of it.
Right. That's what trends are there. We should definitely follow them, but try to adapt the trend for your according to your brand. I will say you should blend it
Absolutely.
according to your brand, not just blindly. There is some song happening that is going viral, so you just follow it, and that's not to be done. So you should
Absolutely.
blend it according to your brand. You should show them the behind scenes, your work procedure, and you should blend it that people get some message of your brand through that trend, and try to reach maximum people through that trend, and not just get lost in the trend.
But for someone who is, let's say, starting or venturing out, generally what people do is they start posting photographs. Let's say it's a startup. I have a new product that I want to introduce in my market. So, what people start with is they start posting pictures on a continuous basis of that particular product. Does that build a brand also, or there has to be a certain pattern or certain way that goes behind before you finally go into the actual display of products?
Okay, very good question. I have been working for so many small brands since last 5 years. One thing I see very clearly is they are on social media just to sell the product they have. So if
Correct.
your focus is just to sell the product, so many people are already doing it. So I
Absolutely.
tell
That's
this to
so true.
many. For example, many women are creating some resin arts, some
True.
cakes, some bakery products, some
Correct.
clothing. Now, many times I ask them question like, if you are selling this, you are wonderful at creating the product, no doubt in that. But if you are not putting your logo sticker or your contact number on that, anybody can take it and sell it from you.
Correct.
So people need to understand this very much basic thing, that they just want to come and sell products, or they want to make a brand of themselves.
True.
So
Yes.
if they are very much clear on this, they will definitely create a good logo. They will make efforts in packaging. They will put their visiting card properly. They will put their stickers on the products, and they will think that way. So people
Correct.
have to understand this. प्रोडक्ट्स कोई भी बेच लेगा, आपको अपना ब्रांड बनाने के बारे में सोचना है, so that's very important.
True. True. I agree. I completely agree with that. So, in a world where social media thrives on very polished content, how can brands strike the right balance between authenticity as well as curated storytelling?
Okay, so I have just recently watched a reel. It's in Hindi. I will explain in English too. So very much famous thing in Hindi is जो दिखता है वो बिकता है, right?
True.
So
True.
what you show, it sells.
Is what
Then we
sells.
go to next level. जो दिखा के बोलता है वो ज्यादा बिकता है. When you show something and when you talk about it, it sells more than
Correct.
what people just see. Then comes the pro level, which is जो बोल के जो बोल रहा है वो दिखाता है वो बेचता है, उसका बार बार बिकता है. So I was just so impressed with this, and this
Correct.
gives the whole sense of the answer I'm about to give, that you have to show to get the product sold. You have to
Correct.
show and you have to talk about them. You have to tell the features. You have to take some extra efforts, and then it will be sold more than those who are just showing and selling.
Correct.
And most important, which I told in the first answer also, that you need to show, you need to talk, and you need to deliver the thing you are talking about. That features has to be there in the real. Because if customer comes, he is impressed by what you're talking, you're not delivering the product you're talking about, it's very dangerous. Like, it goes
Correct.
negatively. You are
Absolutely.
trying to market your product, but it will impact your brand in very dangerous way.
Negative way.
So
Correct.
this is to be very much this has to be very much taken care of, that you have to be authentic, you have to be real. If you do not have some great features, you have to be very honest, that I am not having those at present, but I will try to improve. But
Okay.
if you are trying to sell talking false, it's not going to sustain. Your brand is not going to sustain for a long time.
Correct.
So now we will talk on the answer, like relatability. So as I said, you have to make people know your brand as if they are part of your brand already. You should
Correct.
show them the behind the scenes, like how you make it, what are the problems you face, how you solve the problems, how you give your efforts to make the best products for them. So if you show this, then it is trying to people try to connect, and it is a good blend of curated content. Like
Okay.
you build authenticity as well as a good content.
Okay. All right. And I have also heard that when you also show yourself, that is what I've heard. I'm not sure how much is it true, but when your brand gets a face, I think the trust factor builds more. Is that true?
Definitely, we are seeing this live since Shark Tank India has started. Like the personal brands, like they have themselves told that their sales have gone up, and I myself have faced this because for a year when I started, I was not confident to show whether I'm the person behind it or not. But as I started traveling, as I started meeting people in exhibitions, meeting them, talking to them, telling them what I know. Like this is also one of the things which is happening live. People can see that Hussein Bhai has some knowledge. He's not just there to give the shout out. He understands.
Correct.
He studies. So this builds another level impact. So definitely you should try to show what you are, how you build yourself. So this re- gives an relativity and connects a trust factor authenticity with your clients.
Correct. And any other tips, to increase the trust level amongst your buyers? What
Right.
other ways in which digitally you can build that trust?
At present, one thing which is really trending is UGC, like user generated content. So you should
Okay.
try to build trust by giving tips, tricks. Like if you are making a product, you should also try to tell them how to use it, what you should
Correct.
not do with the product, how you should take care of it, how other ways you can use their product, what are the things they had in mind while creating that product. You should also encourage your followers, your clients to take the feedbacks from them, that what you should improve in your product. Then they feel
Correct.
relatable, and they feel like brand is giving us importance in their process, and it builds another level of relativity, trust, and authenticity.
I think that's a wonderful point. Yes. Customer feedback. Absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
True.
Right.
So, how can brands leverage the moments, such as we were talking about daily interactions, customer experience, to build a very cohesive brand story success on social platforms?
Okay. Uh, as I said, you should try to make your customers part of your journey.
Okay,
Do not just focus on selling, but make them part of all full of your journey. Show behind the scenes, show your small wins, like you had a client of 10 products, somebody appreciated, so share that moment with them, reply to your comments properly with the brand tone, reply to your DMs properly. If ever somebody is coming and telling negative, do not get so harsh on them. Try to answer them gently. So that shows the way you talk, and the brand voice it is portrayed from that. So you should try
correct.
to take care of these small things. These are the very negligible things, but they matter a lot when it comes to a compound effect.
Absolutely. Yes. And especially, I think, yes, this point when someone says a negative remark, suddenly we feel that we have to give back to them. But that is the moment you have to,
Yes.
really calm down and answer
Hmm.
in a very polite way rather than getting into an argument socially, because I think that can backfire in a very, very negative way.
Yes,
So
somebody is
that's
just trying to trigger you. You do not know who that person is. That might
true.
be your somebody sent from your competitor or somebody, and that's a trigger. Your one reply and 50 more people come and again start that change. So it's said in business that you should have sugar on your tongue and ice on your head. So it has to be followed in every business.
Absolutely. Yes, I totally agree this. Uh, Also, nowadays, I think collaborations also work in a wonderful way. I guess people collaborate in order to create more, um, you can say, compelling stories, or to support, to show that support for each other, and in that way, so that collaboration marketing, does that actually also add to it? Does that have an effect also?
Yes, definitely. one of the most amazing feature Instagram has ever added, and we would want that on LinkedIn too, is adding 5 people in your collaboration, and that works wonderful. A great exchange of your followers, your clients. For example, we are collaborating right now, so your people come to know about me, my people come to know about you, and this is the world of collaboration, not competition. I have seen this myself. I am telling this first time that I have seen this myself in my journey, that competition doesn't work. You have to work with everybody, be open to everybody and anybody. And then, when the moment you open your mind for everybody, you will see wonders.
Okay.
First is emotionally, like you do not have any tension that he is going in front of me, ये आगे जा रहा है, ये पीछे जा रहा है, ये खींच रहा है, ये कर रहा है. All that tension just vanishes. You focus completely on your productivity, your product, your client, and that works wonderful. And many uh, people should do this. For example, if 4 women are doing something, like one is stitching, one is doing some embroidery work, one is providing fabric, so they should make a group of people. I would really love to see this soon in our community, that they are coming together, they are creating a post together, and it will do wonders. I'm telling
Absolutely.
this.
And that can
Still,
create a brand in its own self.
yes, right, right. That will definitely, that only will create a brand. Unless and until you do all this, that keep worrying about others and all that, it's not going to help you. Because I see so many people worrying about this is happening and they're copying, and this keeps happening. Yes, I know this is bad, but just I will also say that if somebody is copying you, that's a compliment for you, that you are worth copying. So
Correct.
so do not
And I
worry
think
about all this.
the sea is big enough, and
Yes,
I think everybody can have their own space. So even if
right,
somebody is copying you, they will not be able to copy maybe your art or your customer service, or those are the things
exactly,
which are your USP. So I
exactly.
think that is everyone's own bucket that you have to. So you're absolutely
As I
right.
said, they will just copy the design or the product, but the experience you are giving to your client, that matters. So we
True.
again go back to our first question and its answer, that the after sales service matter a lot. We have
True.
to be very clear on this. It's not like you, Farida bin asked me for something, I delivered her, and that's okay, that's done. It can't be that way. So
True.
you have
True.
to keep the bond, you have to keep showing your product to them, you have to keep make them feel special, and then only that connection builds a long way, and that's the way brand builds. It's
Builds.
very
Correct.
simple thing, that a simple 10 rupees ka Colgate is getting sold for so many years, but every day we see it. So they
Correct.
also have to show it every day. So it has to be a long journey, a bigger game, not just like one transaction.
Absolutely. And I think, as you mentioned from Shark Tank, we've heard terms like what are your repeat customers. So you don't make a brand by making new customers. You make a brand by seeing how many repeat customers that you have. So that's one important factor that you need to concentrate on.
Right, right.
True. Also with features like, nowadays you have Instagram stories, you have LinkedIn polls, you have TikTok duets. So how can brands engage their audience in a co-created storytelling experience? Because I know everybody is not comfortable with this, especially with polls. People will feel that, what if I create a poll and nobody answers? So that is one fear, that people feel that nobody answers my question, then that will embarrass me. So how can one do that, or how does also someone take, maybe there are no engagements with the story, or maybe there are no engagements with that, how what would your suggestions be on this?
Yeah. Uh, the simple answer for this question is, everything starts from day one, and day 50 it improves, day 100 it's something else, and day 1000 it's something another level. Like when I
True.
started, it was something the background, if you see in my first life, was like I used to drape clothes and everything, and today I have a studio, alhamdulillah. So everything has day one and day 100 or day 1000. I get to listen to this what you said completely, that Hussein bhai koi engage करतुज નથી, nobody replies, so why should we take effort? So वहां
True.
से तुम्हारी कहानी खत्म થઈ गई. So you should not do this. You should do your work. It will keep on increasing. You should here we can, what we can do in the start is, you should at least, you will have 20 followers who are your friends and family.
Correct.
You can convince them by, please do this for me, and then
Absolutely.
slowly the algorithm will understand, it will try to show to more people and it will have an impact. But you cannot miss out using this amazing feature like polls, question and answers, stickers, link. Now recently they have added WhatsApp sticker in their Instagram, which is wonderful. Like, client will just come to your WhatsApp in one click. That's amazing. So you
Correct.
have to use it. It's created for you to use it. So if you don't do it, somebody else will do it, and they will improve themselves and go one step further. So you cannot
Correct.
miss out. Also, this helps brands and customers connect. Like, customer
True.
feels that they are giving us importance. They are asking us, like, you can ask us, what color would you like to have next? Like, this product is created better or that product is created better. So when you ask your clients, they feel empowered. They feel that yes, brand is giving us importance, and they will be with you for a longer time.
True. True. And again, as we discussed earlier, these are micro elements, but they go a long way in helping you create your brand. So
Surely,
they
surely.
cannot be ignored. Definitely.
Yes.
True, true. Absolutely. Also, what we were just talking about, my next question is just about that when a brand faces criticism or a PR crisis, how can again effective storytelling turn the narrative around and rebuild the trust? And this has happened, it happens with giant brands also. So startups are nothing new. With giant brands, one fine day somebody discovers something, somebody puts it out loud, and the entire market knows about it, but then slowly they come up again. So of course they are a giant, they have thousands of crores, or to spend on their marketing budget. For a startup or for a small scale brand, I think this affects them more, even psychologically, and they feel let down, or they feel that they'll not be able to come up again. So what would you say about that, and how can a brand come back, turn around that negative criticism again to rebuild the trust?
Okay, right. I guess this question is inspired by the recent controversies that's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I said, many brands, maybe an individual as a brand, or maybe other brands also, which we have heard so much in the past.
Yeah. So I will say, for influencers like us and for brands also, this recent thing which has happened is a big lesson, which I am repeating since my first answer. You cannot compromise on the principles of your brand. You might go to various places, you may be anywhere, everywhere. You should be understand, you should be very much reminders of yourself that I cannot compromise on my basic principles. That might be sustainability, empowerment, friendliness, professionalism, that might be anything. But we have got a great lesson from the recent thing that has happened. Okay, now how can brands correct it? So first is accepting. Do not say that do not step back and say that no, nothing has happened. That will damage it more. So
Yeah.
accept the
Don't try to
mistake.
cover
If
up.
don't try to cover up, right? Don't so accept it humbly. We all are humans. Mistakes happen. Accept it. Apologize properly, and try to say that yes, we will try to correct it if some damage in the product that has happened, like in bulk, that has gone. You can say that yes, mistakes have happened. You can try to make it correct, like giving some discounts in your further product sales or something, and then how you correct it is, you should show again the process, like how you're correcting things. You cannot
Okay.
do things, you cannot keep doing things in background and say nothing about it. You should show people, you should make people make them part of your journey again, what you're starting. You should show them how you're correcting the mistake, what were the flaws that had gone in some product, how you're trying to correct them. And these are some of the things, what are the new initiatives you are taking, so that those things again doesn't happen. You So that you can try to build that trust again, try to
Absolutely.
make people understand that yes, things happen, but we will ensure that these mistakes will not happen from our brand again. So you should, uh, basically what I'm trying to tell is, you should make them uh, part of your journey, whatever you are trying in your correctness. And you should
True.
not just try to ghost yourself and go in depression or something, because things happen, everything starts from a scratch, so you can build it. If you ghost, it will be more damage. But
Correct.
make them feel uh, they are part of this journey, and try to show the things that you are doing to correct everything, and it will be okay in some time. People forget easily.
Absolutely. Especially, yes. Digital memory is not that big.
Yeah.
So, coming to my last question for today, while engagement metrics like likes and shares are absolutely important, of course, still, how can brands measure the deeper impact of their storytelling or on audience perception and loyalty? Because nowadays, everybody goes behind likes, shares, how much of comments. That is what people feel is their engagement. But there could be brands which are not very much socially active, or who may not get so much of engagement socially, but then yes, behind the back there is a lot of trust or loyalty to the brand. So how what is your take on that?
Right. I see so many of our brand owners just just keep worrying that likes nathi avira, followers nathi vadira, negative ma jaira say all that. Yes, these things matter because you are on social media platforms to increase, and these are some of the direct metrics you see, and also they give an impact on your clients, that ana itla followers che ana kim nathi and all that happens. Yes, you should try
True.
to improve them. But yes, these are not at all the metrics that will judge your business, that will give an impact that your business is good thing or bad thing. It doesn't have any direct connection, because there are so many things that happen. You can buy bots and do all these things. So you, if
True.
somebody has 1 million followers, it doesn't mean that it's a great brand, it's a
They're all
trustworthy brand.
organic.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's not at all organic. So these things doesn't matter. Now what you said in your previous thing is like, what matters is uh, how many of your customers come back again to buy from you. That is your true metric, that is your true win. So
True.
you should make that efforts to build that level of impact on somebody's mind, that they are coming back to you again. That will be a great win for you. Also, you can try to take feedback on your stories. You should try to ask them what you can improve. You should take feedback from via third party, that so that they do not hesitate to give the right feedback. Sometimes if you ask on face, they might say good things, but that might not be the true thing. So you can try some anonymous apps where they can tell genuinely what is the real thing that you can improve, or which they are not liking. So these are some of the things which are true metrics. You should focus on this. You should try to uh, build impact mentally, not just for
Correct.
these likes and followers and shares.
Correct. So, Mr. Hussain, on parting notes, what guidance or what tips would you give to startups or people out there who want to start their digital journey on social media platforms? How can they start? How can they leverage these platforms to build an audience for themselves?
Right. So I'm glad that I have been helping many brands since last 5 years, and through my learnings, I would like to say that firstly, you should be very much clear on one thing. Make a double star, triple star. You are not on social media platforms to sell. This might sound like ये क्या कह रहा है, but this is true. You are on social media platforms to aware people about your product. You should not try to sell them. You should just try to aware, like this is the mouse I have, and 500 people will come to know about this mouse. What are the features, what are the things
Correct.
that thing you should try to do on social media, not just like this mouse is for 100 rupees, buy, click, contact me, WhatsApp me to buy it. So this mindset has to be there now, to help people market their product and not just try to sell. The thing which happens is, start they try to sell, and we know that it's not easy to sell directly, and then they get demotivated and they're like, no, social media doesn't work. So you should try to do right things on social media platform, and you will get the amazing result. That also with time, not immediately in a month or 2 months. It
True.
takes time
It's
to
a
build
journey.
brand. It's
Correct.
a long journey. You should try to build it, and then only you will see the fruits of your efforts after a time. But you won't
Correct.
regret it, surely.
Yes. So you have to be persistent and you have to have the patience, but you have to keep going, not feel let down by the metrics, engagement metrics, as we discussed them.
Right.
Absolutely. So, once again, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing these wonderful tips. I think very relevant. A lot of brands, your page on Instagram, Bora Shoutouts, is joined by many people from the Daudi Bora community, and you are helping a lot of brands with social engagements and creating the brand storytelling videos for them. So, thank you so much for enlightening us and sharing these wonderful tips, which I think everybody can relate to.
Surely. It was pleasure being here, and I hope I could create some value and create a little difference in their mindset using social media platforms wisely. And if you follow it, surely you will see the wonders in a long term. But those will be very impactful, I will say.
Absolutely. So, once again, everyone, thank you so much for joining us on the Professionals Pulse as we explored the art of brand storytelling in social media. We hope that this discussion has inspired you to craft compelling narratives that connect, engage, as well as leave a lasting impact on your audience. Don't forget to connect with us for more such insightful conversations with industry experts. Until next time, keep telling your story and making your brand unforgettable. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you.